Okay, at this point we're ready for reassembly of our distributor module, depending on what Nissan wants to call it. Now, remember what I said about keeping the marks. This is where they're going to be becoming very important real quick. So as you see, I lined up that to that, and it should just go push right back in. Alright, very good. Okay, there's our timing adjustment. Alright, O-ring is in. Clean up any residual oils you may find. Don't get rid of your timing marks. You're going to need those here in a bit. Okay, at this point I'm just going to do a preset on my timing. Alright, the one here in the bottom. You're not tightening these down yet. Because we still have to do the final adjustment. So we will lock it down just in case someone wants to turn the motor over accidentally. We don't lose our timing mark. There's only one way this rotor button goes in, and you point it down. I got to get the cover cleaned up, get that back on. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, at this point I got the optical wheel clean. I've got the distributor locked down in its original position. Everything's lining up beautifully. Now we're ready for this dust cover. Now I did put a mark on that, but that one's not as critical as it was the ones on the base and the ones on the optical wheel. Okay, the cover just simply goes on like so. Okay, next, your button, rotor. There's a couple of various names for this part. And if you didn't move your motor, it should start right up. Once you hear that lovely noise, lock it out. Since this wasn't tight, I'm going to make sure it's tight. Alright, double check your work. Good to go. Let's see, distributor, we're going to wait until we get the valve cover done. So other than that, we're ready for the valve cover gasket. Okay, we're going to reseal the valve cover at this time.
You want to make sure that this actually gets pushed into the galleys.
This is what's called recessed gaskets. It actually has beveled edges, so you install this on your valve cover. And again, this is a non-RTV gasket. There we go. We're slowly getting this Nissan whooped back into shape. With this oil leak down, we should only be using about half a quart a month for every 3,000 driven. Grommet hell.
Oh, they are now.
As you see, he's slowly going around. He's not torquing it yet. He's just driving it down to get some even torque started for it. You do have to kind of squish this in place, so you do want to go and basically run it around by hand first. And as you see, he's crisscrossing. Alright, we're going to wrap up final torque. We're going to get the distributor installed. At this point, we're ready to reinstall our distributor and spark plug wires. As you see, we didn't disconnect anything. Okay, well, I'll leave them loose, all in. A little bit on top, a little bit on the bottom. All right. And coil wire, which was in the center. And like that. There we go. Yeah, 7 mils, you have to watch crossfire, so that's why they have these listed where they have them. There's a gap, there has to be at least some gap. Other than that, that completes that. Start it up, test it here in a bit, and see if we got rid of this oil leak. Okay, we got everything back together. We've double checked our work, and we're going to go ahead and do the first start. We haven't started this thing since we put it back together, so we thought we'd take you along for the ride for that one. And look at that. No timing adjustment needed. Now we'll go for a ride, make sure we got no ping, but I think we're pretty good. I mean, I put it right back where it was, so. Other than that, looks like the oil leak's fixed. I'm going to take you with the camera here real quick and show you, but other than that, this completes this job. Okay, it's a little loud, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, our oil leak is dripping right off the thermostat housing right here in this area. As you can see, it's dry as a bone. And you can see even this area right here is starting to dry up. But it'll take some heat cycles and a lot of them, but now that we got it stopped, we should get everything to finally clean up. So. Alright folks, well as you can see, the bad brake Nissan's done. We're going to take it out for a test drive. Other than that, this project is a wrap. Well, I hope you enjoyed the series on the coolant leak and the oil leak. We have the car back doing some other work to it, doing some EGR work, but just to show you how clean it's gotten over the last month of about 3,000 miles of driving, everything's dry as a bone. You can actually see right there, no blown head gasket. So that just goes to show, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can go get a good deal out there, even if you got to do a little bit of work to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. We'll see you next time. Okay, at this point we're going to do the Egr pull-down test. We're going to slightly apply vacuum and its engine should stall if this Egr valve is working. Alright, go ahead. Okay, so as you hear the engine stumble, that's the Egr valve actually working. So we know the valve isn't bad. Let me stall. So let's get to the stall point. Should go to about 5 pounds in stall. Computer's gonna fight to keep it running. That's 10. Want me going any further than that? A little bit more. Get it. This is the first car I've done this test to that didn't stall, even though you can clearly hear it's applied. Well, Egr valve works then. Might be clogged.
I'll take it off and look.
Go ahead and pull it down again.
It's fighting to stay on, so.
Yeah, we're getting some flow. I can agree with the computer. Should stall. I mean, it's definitely applying EGR. Gotta think about that one for a sec.